Every Monday here on DFWIRadio.com, we talk.
Sports, news, hip hop.
We don't talk about people.
We give you the whole bunch of facts.
So, Mr. Shaw, we are talking about two different things in this conversation, kind of running together. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is we said we didn't have any sports. So, what we do have in sports is Deshaun Watson has been the headlines week after week after week with the sexual assault allegations piling up against him. His attorney today filed a response basically saying some of these same women who accused Deshaun Watson of these allegations have confided in their family members, telling them, some of it may not be true. Some of them are in for the money grab. And we don't know if this is true. We don't know if it's false. We don't want to victim shame. But Deshaun Watson has a girlfriend in all this. Mm-hmm. And I think we need to have the conversation about ride or die women. Like, is that really a thing?
Ride or die women?
Correct. Are people willing to really ride or die? I see more so women are willing to ride or die for their man compared to men. We're not talking, Papoose is one of the few who his girl go do a bid and he riding it out. But with a situation like this where he's accused of sexual assault, we know he's had some type of sexual relationship with some of these encounter with some of these women. What do you think about her riding out with her man? There was a picture of them, hanging out, and it seems like she's basically saying, I hear y'all, but this is my man.
I think that's respect. That's some real shit. That's real. I mean, for your girl to ride for you, no matter what, will men do the same? Is that the question?
Will men do the same? And what are your thoughts on it with these type of allegations mounting, right? Being that you're a father, if it was your daughter, what would be your thoughts?
Again, my thoughts, whether it's my child or not, would be the same. I'm gonna believe my child, no matter what, but I'm gonna let the facts come out. Again, I don't know. The only one I heard speak was the masseuse, and she said it was hard for her to touch anybody else after that, and Deshaun. They never said what he did. Nobody ever said he forced himself on him or anything of that nature. So again, me as a father, I would be riding for my daughter. I would be calling for his head because hopefully I would have taught my daughter that this is not something. Hey, bestie, thank you, bestie. I would have taught my daughter that this is something you don't play with, and she would have. My child will know off top. If somebody do something you don't like, speak. Tell me. Let's get it popping. Let's address it right now. Right? Let's not wait. Let's not think about it. Let's address it right now. So for me, that's how I would handle it having a daughter now. Like, if she felt she had been sexually, we're gonna talk at a young age. Nobody touch. I said the best thing about Nate, if you want to touch his penis, you got to fight for it. Because he is not just letting you touch his penis. You got to fight for it.
So I think you should give context to that story when you make statements like that.
For the doctor, we took the kids to the doctor to get their checkups. And the doctor was trying to, check Nate for his checkup. And he was not allowing the doctor to check him for his checkup. Hey, baby mom. So, I'm going to teach my kids. I'm going to talk to my kids. I'm going to make sure my kids have a true understanding of self. So, with the Deshaun Watson situation, it would be like with anyone in my. Don't go around this man thinking you ain't got to give up no pussy. Start that. That's the first thing I'm gonna tell my daughter. You're around rich man, and if you in a rich man,
no, Mr. Shaw. People have the right to say no.
I'm telling you, don't put yourself in that. Don't put yourself in that situation.
Right. Now, but change the wording, because the way you said it makes it seem like, you're hanging out with a man, you got to bust it open. Like, I don't have to bust it open if I
unless y'all are friends. Unless y'all are friends. He wants to coochie. What we doing?
Right, but people have the right to say no.
Don't hang out with him if you don't want to give up no coochie.
So you're basically saying a woman should not be hanging out with a man unless she's
not trying to give up no coochie. Knowing he want coochie, why are you hanging out with him?
Is there a better way because
no, there is no better way. So you're gonna have to get some real shit. Right? This one of them real nigga conversations. That little tiptoeing through it, that ain't gonna work. You need to be upfront and close and honest with women. Stop hanging out with me. You're not trying to get no pussy up to. Oh, I just want to be your friend. Bro, go hang out with your brothers, your cousins, somebody you grew up with. Stop trying to hang out with men who you're not trying to give up pussy to. Another thing, these men are millionaires, all right? Most men are not trying to sit and have conversations with you. What do I want to talk to you about, right? Rappers say it all the time. Don Tripp said it. He brought the girl to the room. She was woo. He said, I put my hand on the knees and asked, why the fuck you telling me? Bitch, are we fucking or what? Right? Like, now, that doesn't give a man if you say no, he don't have the because y'all in the room don't mean he get to take it. Now let's be clear. Let's be honest.
I just want you to clearly define
what's
where you're going with
movies?
this conversation.
What's one of my favorite movies?
Define.
What's one of my favorite movies?
Higher Learning.
Higher Learning. What happened in the movie? Put her on the phone, you black bitch. That stuck with me from she said no. You know, I've been in a situation with girls who said no. You know my next day was? You ready?
Leave.
No. I drove them. You ready to go?
Yeah, put them out. And I'm a firm believer. I've told our young ones, if a woman does not want to sleep with you as a man and she's in your space, put her out.
See, you know what? Now, I was in college then. We ain't had Ubers. If you ain't trying to throw no coochie, I got the Uber downstairs. Oh well, I just want to. No, ain't no laying. I'm trying to fuck.
But I think we need to. Okay, so we kind of got off topic, right? Because we were talking about the fact of Deshaun Watson's girlfriend sticking it out with him, and the idea that women need to be so ride or die and love without restrictions and boundaries. For me, me and Deshaun Watson probably wouldn't be hanging out publicly because I wouldn't want to be a headline at this point. Whatever I decided with Deshaun Watson privately would be on the grace of God because he coming with so much smoke. So unless I'm finna get on a reality show at this point, or he about to put a ring on it, me and Deshaun would probably be on the tinkering edge of break because don't nobody need this unwanted attention. And oh, by the way, you've been cheating. Like, right? Like, unless they got an open relationship, you've been being real basic, having relationships with the help. And that's basically how I look at it. The massage therapist is the help. Okay.
Again, that one was like, well, you know, and she wasn't attractive to me.
They're the help.
To me, might be attractive to Deshaun Watson. A young lady said, well, men should let women know before they come over what they're trying. Now, let me tell y'all something. If you, I got rules. I tell women this when we first start talking. If the conversation start before 10, it's friendly. Anything after 10, and you telling me you coming over, I want some pussy. But men need to be upfront with women about that. You need to tell, I want some pussy. Don't say I'm trying to chill. I'm not finna tell you. Yeah, Netflix and chill. Everybody know Netflix and chill mean. Like it's top.
But do they? And again, I say for women who didn't go to college, and I know it sounds really bad, but those are things you learn as a freshman, right? Because anything after 10 is not friendly.
At PV, anything
after 10 is going down.
I say 11. I always say 11. After 10 o'clock, no more friendly conversation. But you know what I realized? Women like men to be their friends so they can talk. Women just like to talk, and women get tired of talking to their homegirls because they don't want the female opinion anymore. Where men aren't like that. Like I say this all the time. I'm cool with a girl wanting to talk to me. She throws me some pussy. Like you can talk as much as you want to throw me some pussy. I will sit here. Oh yeah.
So basic.
Hey, call me whatever you want. Pull up, bring a little top on me, girl. 2 hands. Oh yeah. You want to go get some ice cream? Sure. All this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, but women just want men to talk to. So with the Deshaun Watson situation,
if I had to sneak a chick in after curfew, it's going down.
Man, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad. But
your friend.
I know that whore. I know exactly how that whore operates. No. But with Deshaun Watson, and in general, not just if a woman go, what's holding me down? We need to have. Everything needs to be communicated before we do it, whatever the case may be. If my girlfriend will go to jail, well, help me, baby. I ain't going nowhere. I'm with you. I'm gonna fuck other bitches while you gone. If
this conversation is gonna get barred from every platform known to man. This guy is crazy.
This story the truth. If I'm sleeping,
this guy is a snub.
If I go to jail, I'm not telling my girlfriend, nah, I don't sleep with nobody else. You're not being realistic, fam. How long you gone? 6 months, a year, 5 years. You gone 5 years. You telling that girl to be celibate.
But what, put it in this context, right? What if it wasn't a go to jail? What if it was literally she was facing sexual assault allegations where multiple men were saying, you know, she took advantage of them.
Me such an a-hole, I'd be out with a dog collar and let her walk. Knowing that ain't in my job, I'd be out with the dog collar. Yep, she do what she says she did. Oh, that she said, man, look, it wouldn't happen with a woman because if a man was taken advantage of, he would just be taken advantage of. In this situation, I'm clear. Like I don't judge women who say they've been sexually molested until I know what happened. I've seen a lot of people say she lying. I don't know. I don't know if they lying.
I don't either.
Deshaun Watson not my partner. I ain't never kicked it with Deshaun Watson, so I don't know how he moved. Because I done kicked it with people, and then they did some snake stuff that I would have never thought they did. So I don't even say, nah, they would never. There are some people, you know, the one thing I want people to say, if you ever get sexual harassment on me, say it didn't happen. Because baby, my mama said no mean no. At a young age, you don't say no. Don't say
no. Let's turn this into the direction of seriousness, right? Because on this platform we do try to do a little. And guys, please be mindful.
Yeah,
right. Be serious. Like with this conversation, be mindful if you are just tuning into the conversation. This is a comedy, sports, hip hop podcast, but it's real, and so we want to reflect now in like a more serious way so that you can really understand what we're saying. I think that as Black women, we've got to get over the ride or die complex because at some point you are also being aligned with Deshaun Watson at this point, right? And that's why I said I wouldn't be seen publicly right now, whatever we're handling internally, because people cheat all the time. We stay with people who cheat all the time. We've all been with somebody who ain't did something right that we have, you know, cleaned up the mess. But it just wasn't a headline.
Ooh,
so as a woman, I would be very mindful because if you're not with a Deshaun Watson and you need a job, well, you were previously aligned with Deshaun Watson, and now people can blackball you. You haven't made the money that Deshaun Watson has made, and Deshaun Watson is not your husband. He is simply your boyfriend. So at whatever point that he decides that he's tired of you, where comes your income? You know, what is your next move? And that's all that I would advise women sometimes when we get stuck in this mindset of I'm a ride or die, or men not understanding why women can't ride or die. It compromises me. So you're going to go on about your life and people are going to remember that she stuck by Deshaun Watson. And if they can prove any of this,
it's not going to look good on her.
It's not going to look good. And I'm not saying that she should leave, but I am saying
you can ride or die in the background.
But quietly.
In the background.
Quietly.
But you wouldn't have a situation like this with women because I don't think men would come out and say that because they feel like they'd be judged by men for saying that, but I wouldn't. I'm not going to be publicly attached to anybody who's going through anything this serious. My advice to them: you don't need to be out in the streets.
Period.
You don't need to be out.
And it sucks.
Football this year. Now, depending on the situation, if you're gonna play football, then bro, you just need to be looking at film, studying, seeing what you know what I'm saying, or
out of the country where nobody knows you on a faraway land.
You know what I'm saying?
And I would suggest to her like. You can quietly, because if it gets cleared, right? Mm-hmm. And a part of me believes that after reading some of how his attorney responded, some of it is questionable. Questionable. Not saying it didn't happen. I got some questions from a legal aspect, from a common sense aspect, from a woman's aspect. Afterwards, you can stand up and you can salute. And you can throw him the deuces and you can be like, this is my guy. You know, and I believed and trusted in what my guy said. Mm-hmm. But I think that Black women especially need to quit owning the title of ride or die. I'm going to ride with him. We need to set some boundaries. And it goes back to what you were saying earlier. In anything that we're doing, we're having conversations, when we're going to people's houses, there needs to be clear boundaries. And right. For women, you may get mad, but I don't care. You need to be realistic. Men are telling you constantly they are not your friends. They do not want to talk to you. They don't want you hanging out at their house after hours, trying to get conversation out of them. They're not taking you for ice cream. They want to sleep with you. There's no clearer explanation of that. And the same thing in these situations. Women need to quit being so excited by celebrities. because the situation is not going to turn out how you want it to. He
People.
can. You say people?
People. I see men more excited to see celebrities than women sometimes. It's okay for her to do it. Because if she wants to put her mouth on him, you're a man. Why are you excited to see him, fam? He's not excited to see you.
Well, when I say women, I say that because it goes back to the T.I. Tiny situation. And as you said, man, right? It goes, this Deshaun Watson situation is very similar to the T.I. and Tiny situation, where people will say, grooming, you're grooming. But some of this comes back to the fact that you guys are just way too excited about people that you don't know. And what makes you as a woman believe you're any different from the next woman that Deshaun Watson slept with yesterday?
Because
What makes you special?
I don't know if they saying Deshaun Watson offered them drugs. This is the thing. If I offer you something and you say, nah, I don't want to do it, and then I say, well, you got to leave if you don't do it, that's your option. You're choosing to stay here if you decide to stay here, right?
Well, Deshaun Watson was reaching out because remember, Texas was closed down at a point. So if you were offering these services, right? How are these certain specific people offering these services? Because he found you on Instagram. And all of you have scrubbed your accounts at this point where no one can find your information. So you were offering a service where he was able to get to you in these particular situations. Why is it that he chose you? Why is it that multiple women that he was receiving massages from, he was able to sleep with you in some capacity? You guys were entangled in some type of sexual situation, right? That's also a lack of professionalism. Okay? Deshaun Watson is a football player. Okay? You can't tell me on your first day you got Deshaun Watson as a client. I ain't giving a new person nobody that high profile. Okay? That's like us having an interview and me saying, oh yeah, I want you to pre-prep Deshaun Watson. You just started working today. Nah, I don't want you to do it. You don't know nothing. You're sending your veterans to work with a Deshaun Watson. Our rookie intern is not interviewing Deshaun Watson. You're not pre-prepping. You're not talking to Deshaun Watson's team. So a lot of this, I just have so many questions about. And I say to women, you are just another woman. You're not going to, like, what makes you special? And if you do these money grabs, if everything is about money, when bad things happen to you, be mindful of why. Because people want to be aligned to star power for whatever reason. He's not going to date you.
But in their mind.
They change their numbers like all the time.
But in their mind. And that's what a lot of stuff be going on with folks in their mind. And again, I'm not saying these women are lying. I don't know the story. I don't know how he found the masseuse. I don't know what the case was. You came into his home, if you came into his home, he asked you for a special service and you said no, then he can't force you to give him a massage.
And if he did, then it's clear cut rape. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we got to understand as women. You have the right to say no. Don't participate and then come back. Like, say no. And we need to teach that. Like, men have the right to put you out. And I want women to understand, like, men have the right to put you out. And again, we give you experiences from college where it was real. There used to be people getting put out all the time. People would call me like, can you come pick me up? I got put out. It's like 2:00 in the morning. He put you out? Yeah, he put you out. Men do not have to lay next to you and you're not willing to do, you're not on the same vibe. You don't want to do what I want to do. So I don't want you laying next to me. And as a woman, if I want to get to it and you talk about, I don't want to, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I gotta go to class in the morning. I need to go to work in the morning. I need you to go. I want you out. I think people get this idea of they get to do what they want to do and everybody else has to deal with it. And as you say, a lot of this is in their minds. I don't owe you ish. Nothing. And that's one of my biggest things. You gotta go. So if you don't want to do something with somebody and that's not a service that you offer, you need to let him know I don't offer that service, sir. And don't be flirting back and forth. And I've talked to young girls about being a tease too, ladies. Don't say things that you're not really about. because you set these situations up because your mind, you're like, oh yeah, we gonna do this, do this, do this, and then when it's that time, you're like, oh no, I don't want to do it.
Which is still fine.
It is, but on your end, for men who understand that no means no, that's one thing. For men who don't behave in that manner, that's another thing. So I feel like everybody needs to be accountable for their actions. You can say no, but don't tease the situation and then decide I don't, I'm at your house at 2:00 in the morning as you say, now I want to have a conversation. I just want to sit here and talk, Shaw. I just want to talk about life.
Yeah, go.
Why are you putting me out?
At 2:00, first of all, why is it 2:00? Do we leave the club? Because I'm trying to get by 2:00. I need to be asleep. I gotta go to work.
Well, it's 2. We've been going at this from 10, and now it's 2, and I'm still talking, and you're like, I don't want to hear you talk anymore.
No. So
and now you want to put me out. Why would you put me out?
If it started at 10, she got about an hour 30 minutes. So I'm trying to get the party started.
You gonna let her talk for an hour and 30 minutes?
You might get that. Depending on what our vibe is, Mo. Whatever the case might be. But you're not gonna sit here and talk my ear off. No. Either I'm gonna get this pussy or you going home. That's me. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm not taking no vagina. All right? No. Me no take. It's given to me. Right? So if a girl is, I'm not really bad. You know what? I'm even real enough to I'll go sleep on the couch. I'm that much sleep on the couch. I will go downstairs to my couch.
I'm putting people out.
You're not coming back up. No, because you're not getting no vagina. And it's not ooh. You gotta get ooh. You're right. You gotta get ooh. You gotta go home.
And the thing is, I think people, I just think sometimes that people do not live in reality. They don't live in reality. Nobody, like, you're not friends. You know what it is. If you change your mind, you need to change your mind on the ride over. And just, and like I said, in this situation for women, Black women, you do not always have to be a ride or die. I'm sorry. It's the unfavorable opinion, but you do not have to ride every time a dude needs you to ride for him. Some stuff you need to do like the movie. Get out. Because you're in a sunken place. And if you don't get out, you're going to sink. It's okay to get out. Kanye say, y'all stop saying Kim pulled the plug on him. He got out. He wanted out. He wanted a divorce.
You shouldn't.
Get out.
I ain't blaming Kim that time.
I'm not either, but I'm just giving an example of get out. And I just say to everybody, y'all, these celebrities have money. They can have anybody they want. So don't get your hopes up high because they slept with you and think they gonna call you back because they changing their number tomorrow. Because when I become a celebrity, I'm changing my number tomorrow too. If you got my number and I'm trying to dodge you and you calling me from private numbers, I'm changing that joker on you too. I'm not gonna be available. So don't try to money grab me later. Like, it is what it is. I got in, I got out. Everybody can't be bae. Everybody can't get a ring. Some services, I found somebody else to be better help than you were. Now you got to sign NDAs just to do massages. It's crazy. It's a whole crazy world we live in. We hope
and GoFundMe's because they got to pay back their PPP. They ain't do it right.
I wasn't even about to. That $20,000 that the chick needs to pay back on her PPE loan.
They don't make.
She got a GoFundMe going.
It said if y'all, the ones I read was for they were forgiveness plans after 8 weeks. What was y'all doing? Y'all
have to have a business. You have to have a business with at least 2 employees. And you had to exhaust your resources for payroll prior to getting the PPE loan. There was small verbiage.
See, there was different. So I actually went through read one, and there was something that was saying if you own, but see, I own a business, so I'm not too much worried about any of that, right? I had thought about applying for the PPP loan. I sit back and just looking. Y'all stealing from the government. I'm going to use my money the right way. Y'all going to Saks Fifth and shop. I'm going to buy cameras. Okay.
Bought houses.
Huh?
Somebody bought a house. I saw one woman buy like 3 houses.
Yeah, houses. No, I'm going to use it. I'm going on Amazon. I'm going to buy all the stuff I need. Did you see that background I sent you?
I did, but I have a green screen.
Yeah, that's a green screen. But like right now, what you got right there right now, you had a green screen up behind. You could be anywhere. Africa,
Yeah.
you be in Africa with that Black Panther back there.
Yeah, I have a green screen.
Campus. Yeah, but you don't know how to put it up. So I got
Well,
one.
I'm sure I could get it
All
up,
you got to do is
y'all.
hit the button and it lifts. It's like an elevator.
Okay, well, mine ain't that fancy. I'm not playing with you. It's 7:00, Mr. Shaw. So
And T over here doing this. He is doing this. Like, hurry
I
up,
hope you.
hurry up, rush.
It was you. It was you.
Rush.
I ain't
Hurry up, rush.
It's you. Guys, it is 7:00. We thank you for joining us here on Pull Up the Podcast. This is your girl, Candy K. Lynn.
Your boy Shout Town Shop.
And every Monday here at 6:00 on DFWIRadio.com. We
pull up.
until next week.
We out.
We out.